For as long as there have been people with an appetite for power, there have been people taking up arms, be they literal or metaphorical, against the threats that these individuals, cabals, and conspiracies pose to the ones that we love. And whether you choose to frame this in terms of a battle between the forces of good and evil, or in more modern practical terms, is irrelevant. It's a vicious cycle that consumes generations and nations in a miasma of trauma. And even though sociologists and psychologists tracked the issue decades ago, we seem to keep falling for the same old tricks. It almost seems like there is something in our DNA, some glitch in our neural code that attempts to block our effort to get a handle on this issue. But the problem is ingrained into our evolution. While priests, pundits, and politicians wax eloquent lies, and influencers and podcasters lull their audiences into deeper and deeper apathy, the predator lies in wait for the moment to pounce. It's relatively easy to do when your prey is distracted, its attention pulled away by the ominous promise of terrors to come. We seem unable to contemplate or contend with the fact that the threat has been much, much closer to home this entire time, and that it has already made itself comfortable, often wearing the face of someone that we trust and love. But it has. Generations ago. If the work that I have been doing up to now has been a human rights effort in micro, consider the conversation that you are going to hear today a discussion about human rights on a macro scale. Today, we are simultaneously pulling back and zooming in to where it all begins for each of us in childhood. The organizations that I have spotlighted are important to be aware of, but not simply because of the influence they wield in our world and the harm that they have inflicted upon our people. They are important because within each, the same traumatic blueprint is exhibited. They are not unique, a fact which underscores how much work still needs to be done. I am doing what I can, but without the wisdom and insight from those who have lived through and survived abuse, I am fumbling in the dark without a light. I am indebted to those who have trusted me enough to tell me about their experiences and share their insights, informing my endeavor every step of the way and convicting me in the work that I am doing. That is why I am so pleased to share my conversation with survivor, author, and activist Peter E. Saunders. And that is where the conversation starts today, but that is not where it ends. My name is Beck Griffin. Welcome to the Deep Dive Project.